Fireground Flowthrough is a topic that I've been working on pretty heavily now for the last 6-8 months. It's really the current focus of everything that I'm doing research-wise, and I think that what we need to do is look at the importance of speed and the importance of aggressive fireground action. Now, let me define aggressive, because I said that we're going to define things. Aggressive does not mean reckless. Aggressive does not mean without due regard. Aggressive in this case means if I'm going to enter a burning building, from the time I open the door, time is everything. And I have to rapidly and aggressively get to the seat of the fire. I'm not going to commit to an environment that is going to kill me if I can't control it. I have to understand whether or not I can control it. But once I choose to commit, I have to be aggressive. That's the only way for me to stay safe. We're going to explain why. Most of us were taught this very traditional fire behavior curve. Right? Ignition, growth, 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 flash over, decay, decay, decay. If I light a campfire, this is the fire behavior curve I will see. If I light any kind of an unconfined fire, outdoors, limited fuel source, right? This is a fuel-limited fire curve, right? I light my campfire, it's going to grow until it's fully involved, and then it's going to die down. We've all seen that, right? Okay. Here's the problem. We don't fight as our primary reason for existence campfires. We fight building fires. I say building fires rather than structure fires because I don't really care whether or not it's room and contents or structural components that are involved. What I'm worried about is the fact that I have now put it inside a container. The building is an integral part of how the fire will behave. The physics of this building, the geometry and arrangement of its interior components, has a direct relation on how the fire is going to grow. So what happens now? Now the fire lights, and it grows and it grows and it grows. But what happens? If all the windows are closed and all the doors are closed, what starts to happen in this container?
Suffocation.
I start to lose oxygen, right? I start to lose a critical component for combustion to occur. So I reach this early decay stage. I haven't flashed over because the fire has become what we call ventilation limited. It doesn't have enough room to breathe. It's too rich, right? It's too rich of an atmosphere. And it starts to come down. And what happens right here? We show up and open the front door. What is opening the door?
Introducing oxygen.
It's ventilation. Opening the door is horizontal ventilation. We have to remember that. So what happens now? Now we get to flash over again. And eventually we'll get to that decay after some period of time. The problem is, what do you think this timeline is? What do you think?
Very, very short.
Okay, very, very short. On the bare bones minimum, in a one-story, 1,200 square foot structure, 72 seconds from opening the door to flash over conditions. If we don't change the atmosphere. If we don't either ventilate it differently or get water on the fire. Those are the two options. Let it all out in a controlled fashion, or put water on it. That's it. So what this does for us now is it starts to define why, from the time we open the front door, we have to act aggressively. Because now we have a metric. Now there's math to it, there's science. UL has done hundreds of these burns. They've got the math. Well, once we have the math, now we can start to define why we're doing things the way we are.